What up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of The Real Deal, where I'm going to be breaking down real estate deals that I'm doing and potentially in the future real estate deals that friends of mine are doing across the country as well. We'll be taking maybe not a deep dive into them, but a dive into them to kind of break them down and see how deals get done. This first episode is going to be a wrap deal that I'm doing currently. We bought it on seller finance. We're currently in the process of marketing it to sell on seller finance, and we'll be doing three parts probably to this. We'll be doing the acquisition, the marketing, and the actual sale of it, and kind of post-sale what's happening in this. So this first deal is in my kind of home state of South Carolina. It's a few hours away from me. I've never actually seen the property, but the seller came to us into our lead system. Sorry, little Huxley's not starting off his nap super well here, so I gotta pay a little bit of attention to him. But the seller came to us into our system. He wanted $80,000 cash. I knew right off the bat, like $80,000 isn't gonna work for me. So I was straight up with him. I told him, hey, look, I'm not the buyer for you, but let me shop it around, see if I have a buyer for you that would pay $80,000 for it. And after a couple weeks of shopping it around, it was clear like 80 is not gonna do it. We were getting offers at 30, 35. I think the highest offer we got was like 47, and that just wasn't gonna work for the seller. The seller really wanted to get his personal mortgage paid off on his home. And so the $80,000 was going to cover that, as well as put a little bit of money in his pocket. He had a credit card, I think, that he wanted to get paid off, which was totaling about like $8,000 or $9,000, and he just wanted a little bit of playing money. He's owned this house for a long time. It's appreciated. He wanted to reap some of the benefits of it. God, he really doesn't want to sleep. I don't know if you can hear that right now. He'll go down hopefully, but we'll see. I might have to mute that. That's all right. Hey, dad life, what are you gonna do? So we marketed it out there. I kept bringing offers back to the seller. It wasn't gonna work for him. He's quiet right now. That's a good thing. Okay. So after marketing it to my buyers, he's not quiet anymore. Kiddo! After marketing to my buyers, realizing that, hey, nobody's gonna come even close to this 80,000 number, I said, hey, look, let's do this. Why don't I buy it from you for $80,000? I'm gonna pay off your credit card. I'll make a down payment to you. I'll pay off your credit card. I'll give you a little bit of spending cash, that the hard-earned money that you've spent keeping this rental property for all these years. And then I'm gonna make payments to you over time that are gonna cover the mortgage payment on your primary home. So it's not exactly the same thing, but it kind of accomplishes the same goal. This guy just doesn't want to have a mortgage payment anymore on his primary home. That's why he wanted to sell the house in the first place. So let's go over to the computer and just quick breakdown of the numbers and what they look like.
All right, so hey, I'm not the best at this here. I'm using a mouse, but we are purchasing this house for $80,000. Okay. Boom. $80,000. We're giving 17 to the seller. At closing. I should say we're giving. We've given. We already bought this house. We gave 17,000 to the closer. We paid a $5,000 wholesale fee to our wholesaling company. And then we had about, let's call it 1,200, something like that, to our TC. We used Caleb's TC, Creative TC, to take this down. This is our first seller finance deal. I didn't want to mess anything up, so we wanted to make sure everything's right. Caleb and his team know what they're doing, did a fantastic job getting us there. And then closing costs, we were about all in, we were about 24,000 all in after closing. So when you take this 17 out of this 80, that leaves us with 63,000. So we had 63,000 that we're seller financing and making payments to the seller over 15 years. Boom. 15 years. When you divide 63,000 by 15 years, which is 180 months, 180 months, you get a nice, even $350 a month. So we actually backed into this $350 by what we did was we took his mortgage payment of, I want to say it was $307 a month, and we said, hey, look, let's put a little extra in your pocket. This is about what we can afford, $350. And so he's getting a little bit extra every month on top of his mortgage payment. If he decides he doesn't want to pay his mortgage with it, so be it. I don't care. That was his intention of selling the house, and I think that's what he's going to do with it. But we're going to make this $350 mortgage payment for 180 months, and we will have paid off this $63,000. So let's go back to the camera.
So now that you've seen the numbers broken down a little bit, it kind of makes sense how we were able to get this thing done for the seller. We pushed cash. He wanted cash first, and I didn't want to move him off of that right away. We gave him the option. I said, let's just wholesale this. Let's just assign it to somebody. Let's see if we can get the 80 for you. We couldn't. We couldn't get the 80. We couldn't even come anywhere close. We actually got him down quite a bit from 80, but it's still, he had a drop dead number, and I think it was that 63,000 you just saw there. And we couldn't get anywhere near it. We were like 45, I think 47 maybe was the highest offer we got. It just wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work for me. I couldn't make any money off of that either. So what we did was we pivoted to the seller finance, and it ended up working out for this gentleman. We're able to make a $350 payment to him every month, which we are due for in a couple weeks here. And we're going to go from there. We got this thing marketed. I got a couple buyers already. I look forward to talking to you about the marketing aspect on part 2.